So, welcome, friends. Welcome to another podcast on HR to CHRO. And today we have Mr. Ramakrishnan Rajagopalan with us. He started his career with Aditya Birla Chemicals, SKF India, Renault, Modernic Lifestyle, and is currently HR head of Go Fashion India. So, welcome, Ramakrishnan.
Very good afternoon, Amit, and good afternoon to the viewers also. First of all, thank you so much. This podcast means a lot to me because this is going to be my first podcast as a CHRO. And thank you so much for the opportunity, Amit.
Thank you. So, Rama, uh, you have become a, I mean, normally when I'm talking to people, I have been fortunate enough to meet so many people who have become, reached the position of a CHRO at such a young age. And you are another one of them. So, to start with, what is the secret of your success?
So pretty simple. There is no bigger secret and other things. Simply follow the procedure, have heart for people, and company and customers are first. You will be there. Put a lot of effort. So if you feel that people, business, and you work with the passion, that's how it is.
So, people, business, and passion,
Yes.
right? So, why HR? Why did you decide to start your career in HR?
That's a funny story, in fact. So I am a very average student at school. Then I pursued my undergraduate in BSc Physics. And when you do BSc Physics, obviously for anybody it is MSc Physics or an engineering, whatever it is. But I am not so passionate, and that is not coming to me. So one fine day, along with my uncle, I was just walking around in Neyveli Lignite Corporation. Like Neyveli Lignite Corporation is a coal industry which is there. And suddenly I'm seeing like people, we are doing a walking, morning walking, and I'm seeing people going for shifts. They are just wishing my uncle. There are many people started wishing my uncle, and I said like, wow, this is so curious. And then I said like, yeah, this seems to be more powerful job. Let me do it, and that's how things started. Basically, I want to be recognized among the crowd, and frankly speaking, that's where I know about HR. Otherwise, I have no idea about it.
So, where was your uncle working that time?
Neyveli Lignite Corporation, he was a general manager, personnel. That time there was no human resources, it was
Okay.
personnel.
Okay. So, which is how you got the
Yes,
idea of getting into HR got ignited.
exactly. So he used to discuss, so you all union office bearers used to come to house. They will be having the meetings and other things. So I was always passionate about people having discussions, and I used to see him settling things. Okay, and but I don't know. It is exactly a job of HR. All I did know is some friends are coming and they are talking about something because I have no idea about HR. But once I got to know, okay, let me do that. So I did my master's in labor management, and subsequently my journey started.
Very nice. So you started your journey directly with industrial relations, or you moved on into HR itself?
No, my first job is more towards industrial relations. While my designation was HR, it was more towards industrial relations. I was started managing trade unions, and I signed my first wage settlement within 1.5 years of my
Very nice.
experience.
Very nice.
Experience that was a so all my organization were so kind to me, and it gave lot of learnings. Not even a single organization I can miss. So everywhere, all my managers, all my CEOs, they're very kind. And looking back, I'm just realizing whatever the step that I have gone through, it's all quite a bit of learning and support from everybody.
So I'll come to the learnings part, but first the first wage settlement. So was there any strike or something that you managed, or it was
No,
a
so my first organization was UCall Fuel Systems. That time UCall was having a tie-up with Mikuni Japan. So it was UCall Mikuni, and I was heading the plant in Pondicherry. Um, and that's where like earlier wage settlement was the tenure was getting over. So we have to renew the wage settlement, and the discussion was happening for almost 8 months.
okay.
After 8 months, one Mr. Kucheler, the famous trade union leader in Chennai, I have signed the settlement along with my management and executive board. We signed the settlement for the UCall employee union. So we were having two unions. One is UCall employee union, another one is Patali Makkal Kachiman, the local political party affiliated union. And we could sign up the settlement with the UCall employee union.
Okay, so to the young HR professionals working in industrial relations, what are the key learnings that you would like to share? How to go about, wage settlement and
So, gone are those days where you have to say industry relations or an employee relations or something. Okay. So, first, honestly, as I started the conversation, we have to have passion for people and business both,
okay,
right? And it is always you as a HR to strike the balance. You cannot just lean on one side. If you want to give to people, you have to also see what is that you are giving back to business. Okay. And for me, honestly, unions are the must. Okay. In a larger setup, you need unions because to do a collective bargaining or you want to implement something, you need a set of people who can just take it up and spread it across to the rest of the population. And generally, people say no, unions are bad and other things. In my experience, I learned a lot about unions, and in fact, unions were very helpful in running the factories. So I always appreciate the union people in that way. You will be having a lot of problems, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. I have no because their mindsets will always be against management. They don't believe the trust will not be there. But once you earn the trust of both the parties, na, you being in center, the game will be amazing.
so
You
it
will
was.
love it.
So how did you used to build trust by one-to-one engaging in one-to-one conversations, discussions, or anything else?
No, so there are two things which I followed. Okay, because I was very young. That settlement I signed in my 24 years of. Sorry, I was only 24 that time. So I signed that settlement. Being young, I don't know a lot of politics and I don't know how to hide things and this thing. I was very being transparent with people. Okay, but I know what all the things confidential from the management side. I haven't released confidentiality. However, keeping transparency, if you can do, you say yes. If you cannot do, you say no, and also give the reason behind it. And the people will understand. Over a period, people will know, okay, when you are saying no, it means genuinely no. If you are saying yes, then you say yes, because you could do that. So that's the transparency that brings trust.
I understand. I
And
understand.
you should never ever speak back. People love that. You may not be knowing. Some of the management people will always having a different relationship with the employees, the unions. Okay, because you outside your company, they belong to one society. No,
Correct.
so you
Correct.
don't underestimate things. Here in office may or in factory may, they will be like management and workmen. But in society, they will be friends, they will be neighbors, they will be from the same caste. So you may not be knowing that. Okay, so you should not badmouth people.
Very
That's
nice.
very, very important because things will spread. They will judge you.
I understand. So passion in people means being transparent to build trust and no bad mouthing and just be a good human being and things
As
will get
simple as it's not good human being. I don't say it's a good human being. It is like HR for me is like your mother. Okay, wherever you have to, wherever you see, if a mother is having some two three kids, okay, which is very rare today nowadays. But if she is having two three kids, she has to strike the balance between the three kids. She never feels like someone is superior, someone is inferior, right? So you have to strike that balance. You have to say some lies which will help both the parties. You have to say something, but in the entire journey, you should not have any benefit. It should be either the benefit of the employee or the benefit of the organization. If you look at your personal benefit, then it becomes a problem for you.
I understand. So how do you strike that balance between management or business and people, human capital?
So that's what. See, what is our ultimatum? Who is our ultimate? It is all customers. right? The customers for anybody in the organization, okay, it is customer. So first of all, you have to create a customer-oriented mindset. It is not that internal customers I'm talking about, it is the ultimate customers I'm talking about. If you feel ultimate customer is the king and he is the giving us the money, then everyone in the organization should follow the same. Okay. So if somebody is asking something, what is the ROI that I am going to get? Whether it will add value to the end customer? At times, yes. At times, no. Okay. See, first of all, if you are happy, you will be on the highest level of engagement. If you are in neutral, you will be delivering neutral. Okay. And if you are sad, obviously your engagement will dip. So if someone has to perform at the highest level, you have to keep happy, the employee happy. Okay, but employees are also like kids, because organization, there will always be, you have a resource constraint at organization. Management will also have some numbers on their mind. Okay, so you have to see what I can give, to what extent that I can give. Then you have to put across to management, or if you give this, I can take this. Okay,
I
so
understand.
my very first experience in signing wage settlement helped me a lot to understand this balancing out, because when the union submitted that demand, so they will, it is called as a demand charter. Okay, they will be giving like a book or
Mm-hmm.
sort of a thing, and they will give you, these are the things that I want. Similarly, management asked me to prepare a management charter.
Okay.
So, like reducing the cycle time, reducing the break hours, okay, working in night shift with full safety. There
Mm-hmm.
are a lot many things where the employee or the union can help us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we prepare demand charter from the management side. The union was also having the demand charter for the compensation side. So
Okay.
mutually agreed upon, we come to a midline. That's how
Understand.
I got that journey.
I understand. So always think from the customer's point of view first, and then both you have to balance both management as well as the human.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So during the course of your journey, you have worked in so many organizations, a few of them, six, five, six, whatever. So, what are the other key learnings, key challenges that you? So, this was one big challenge that you said that you learned a lot because at the age of 24, you were able to sign off your first wage settlement. Any other interesting challenges that you encountered and how you handled them?
No, that's a quite interesting question. So I will tell you one more funny story about me. So as I was signing wage settlement, I was like becoming more popular inside my organization. Then I started applying for all head HR position across the country, where people are asking for 16 years, 15 years experience. A new guy with only having 2 years of experience, I will started applying for head HR position. Okay, so that's the level of maturity. Over a period, I understood a lot of dynamics within an organization, and what are all the other learnings that in your journey performing different roles you will get. Okay, so from IA, then I moved to sales business HR role. Okay, when I was in SKF, that was my first sales HR role. I have no clue honestly what to do, because sitting in plant, I used to negotiate with union, fight with union, going around the factory, or taking rounds, managing admin, canteen, blah 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 blah. But the moment when I was sitting at corporate office, being a sales HR, I have no clue what it is. I was getting bored. Okay. Then subsequently I resigned that organization because I could not do much about it. Okay. Then I got an opportunity in cafe. Cafe is where I learned how an HR can partner the business. Okay. When I say partnering, people always tell like HR strategy and organizational strategy. Okay. I see from a different angle altogether. We have only one strategy. Okay. Organization strategy. The HR you have to understand. HR is an inherent part of our organization. We are not a separate department. Okay. Why we have been kept separate is like people were busy in their numbers, in their business task, and in their own roles. There is no one to even check with a CEO or a CHRO or a department head. How are you? What are you doing? Can I help you? Okay, because the people sense. See, you have to understand. Maybe last two generation would have worked in a corporate setup or an industrialization setup, right? Before that, all our nana nani, everybody were an entrepreneurs. We never worked. We worked for our own family. We never worked for a larger family or a larger enterprise, right? So we don't know the learning how to work on a corporate. So people are struggling even today, like they say, pressure, depression, all the jam that are coming out. Okay, it's quite simple. Okay, if that everybody can achieve something. Okay, it is like your signal. I don't know about the signal, how people behave in your place, but I'm just referring to Chennai signal. If you're standing in signal, there will be red, yellow and green, right? When you say red, people will be like readily waiting to take that marathon race, right? That sprint race. So the moment green clicks, okay, everybody will be rushing. Okay, but what happens? Everybody's destination is same. No way, no way. Even if it is safe, you might be delayed by 2 minutes or max to max 5 minutes. But people are in a rush. Okay, same. Everybody's career in an organization is the same. Unfortunately, what happened is like we HR, because we were all being sidelined from business. We say people say all the qualitative है आपको quantitative नहीं है. इसलिए what that's why we brought in all HR parameters into a quantitative measure. According to me, it's little okay, but not to the certain extent. Okay. So the problem is like human capability is unimaginable, unimaginable. Okay, you look around, all these creations have been done by a human intelligence, right? So
Correct.
it is not the human intelligence. So it is not just that you have to tag somebody with your bell curve or whatever it is. So that learning I got it in Go Colors. Okay, here
Mhm.
in Go Colors, lot of unlearning that has happened after my HR business partnering,
Mhm.
where here policies are tailor made for a set of peoples. It is not for a complete organization. Each department के लिए we are just segregating policies. We have defined policies. Each level we have defined policy. It is a mammoth task for an HR, but it really works. Okay. So from as a HR, initially I was at industrial relation, then I got into HR business partnering. When I was doing HR partnering, I was told that organizational strategy should marry with the sorry HR strategy should marry with the organizational strategy. Slowly, I'm realizing there is no different two different strategies. Everybody is dealing with only one God, who is a customer, and there should be only one strategy where he gets benefit. And that's the learning today.
Very nice. Very yes. So, Rama, I when I talk to HR, CHROs, and senior people who reach the level of CHROs, most of them or almost all of them, they say that you have to think from the point of view of the customer. Any department, you have to think from the point of view of the customer, and you have to think from the point of view of the business, which is the organization strategy. Ultimately, every organization is supposed to generate profits for the shareholders. So so how can, like you said, that you started thinking from the point of view of the customer or keeping customer into the mind and realizing that there is only one strategy. How can HR professionals find time to learn more about business, about customer?
There are two fundamental things that we have to do. Okay. First thing, you don't sit in your place for a longer time. Okay. Just go around. If you are working in a factory, please go around. Even if you are working in a head office, corporate office, please go around. Okay. Meet people and have conversation. Understand what they are doing exactly. Don't just take up the job description and post it in Naukri. Understand what is that they are saying. If you have any question, please go and ask. Not necessarily you have to approach the manager and understand from anybody in the system, except for the HR or some other people who are performing similar type of role, they will be knowing about the role. All that you have to have is curiosity for learning new things. I've been working in different organizations. If you see, actually, I worked with carburetor manufacturing. I worked with chemicals. I worked for Siemens, carbon black, everything. I've been an assessor, world class manufacturing assessor. So I had an opportunity to visit. So being in different industries, but I could really support my manager as well as my CEOs. Only thing is like I understand things. Okay, because nobody, even HR, whatever that we learned in our MBA, you might be not be finding it in the office space, right?
Correct.
It lot of things you learn once you join only. If you can learn HR in the office, same you can learn other functions also. You have to have that curiosity. Two things which I always ensure in my personal. I don't want to say the generalized statement. In my personal thing, I never sit in my chair. Even as a CHRO today, people will never see in my chair more than an hour in a day. I always meet people. I always meet people. I ensure that I'm meeting people. Meeting people, you can do two things. One, you learn. Two, as a management today, I clarify their perceptions because most of the time people perceive completely different than the actual things. Okay, they take their own way. Most of the time, office gossips become real. Okay, you have to clarify those gossips only when you can sit up and talk to people, come whoever it may be. Regardless, I have my lunch with different teams. I have my coffee talks with different teams. I don't sit in my room and then I will have coffee. I will go around and have coffee. Uh, if not now, even from the beginning, that helped me a lot. See, people can build rapport. The only thing which I know, as I told you, I am not good in education. Okay, I'm an average student. The only thing I know is people.
Passion
I
to passion for
Yeah,
people.
passion for people. Okay, I always love to talk to people. In talking people, I understand what they are doing, what are the challenges. They attend different meetings. What are those meetings is all about? Okay, so it is that level of understanding and conversation. You will learn many things. Next time when you sit in an interview, when you ask question, the business will see you completely different, and they will start teaching you voluntarily.
I understand.
They will take you on their own side.
So you would sit in the meetings also, business meetings?
Yes, 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 yes.
So one question,
Almost last 10 years, I'm sitting in business meetings.
very nice, which is very powerful because this is one of the best ways to learn more about business. So
Exactly.
then the question comes is that, see, nowadays everybody is stressed, so as to say. So you have to excel in your own tasks, plus you have to do, spend time with other departments, with other people. So how do you balance that?
No, see, honestly, I slightly differ to what you are saying. Don't time, no time. I don't see. I just no time. It is all about interest. Okay.
Okay.
We don't find time for doing exercise. We don't find time for talking to others. I don't believe in that honesty. Okay. If you really want to add value, either to you or to business, see, end of the day, you are adding value. That's why I can sit as a CHRO in a shorter span of time. No, there are people who can be a CHRO even before me. Okay, that's not a big deal. But it is your curiosity, passion for people. You have to, and business also. See, when you solve problem, you will get more people into it.
And
You will become more inclusive in nature.
so any business problems which you were able to solve because of your curiosity, because of your passion?
Lot many. In fact, I am specialized in OD interventions and organizational change. Um, uh, so in my last organization in Modern, even here also I can share, but any which ways, I will just share about my last organization. In my last organization, Modernic, it was a merger between two different entities, Dixie Textiles as well as Enamer. If you know Dixie is an economic menswear brand, innerwear, and Enamer is a premium brand for women's lingerie. Okay, when these two organizations are getting combined, obviously that mindset will be completely different. Okay. One will always look at premium. Otherwise, others will always look at the economical part of the thing, because the profit margin will be very thin in an economy business. Right. So when this was clubbed, I was able to crack the policies which both the land can got into. Okay. There were problems even after implementing problems, but we could correct it over a course of time. Okay, that was a major shift in terms of compensation benefits. In fact, thanks to my CHRO that time, so Sunshine Paul, he involved me in many of these projects, and that's where I could succeed a lot. Okay, before that, when I was working with TAFE, we were introducing one new business, uh, and we also simultaneously having a huge attrition that time in the frontline sales executives. Okay, we did the study and we understood. So generally, when there are a lot of attrition happening, people will blame salary. We have to change. Yeah, because I was hiring people, and that's how I know that it is not only salary, it is also one second. Unmute. It is also the other things which is like your environment could be a problem. So I go around almost many dealerships. I don't find a number, at least 60 to 70 dealerships across country. I learned a pattern and we classified our dealerships and distributors, and then we reallocated manpower based on the maturity of the dealership. Okay. Subsequently to that, we also created an area manager developmental program where the competency of area managers were also developed. Both together, that year we could achieve 2% increase in the market share.
Very nice. And the attrition reduced by?
Yes, reduced by 11 percentage if I remember correctly.
Very nice. Because
From 35 percentage.
very nice. And because you were able to find time to go out and visit the dealers, understand business at different.
No, my role is to, I was a sales HR that time. My role is to meet up people.
Okay.
While meeting up people, I joined them. Earlier, I used to meet up people in the offices, okay, in the area offices, respective area offices. This time, I got an opportunity to go along with them. I want to understand what the exact challenges, because people in when they are sitting in office now, they will tell what they find right or wrong. Okay, you will not have your own story. When you were in the field only, you will get the actual story, what you want. Otherwise, you will hear a lot of stories which they want to share it with you. It is not an intentional thing, but for me, I'm always right, right? So when I talk to you, I will be always right. Maybe Amit may not be right. Okay, that's a human thing, human nature. So
Very nice.
that's how it is.
Very nice. So, how important is a stint in HRBP or in sales HR for a HR professional, for a young HR professional who's looking to reach the top?
See, very important to be an HR business partner, particularly if you are supporting sales. That's where you will get a lot of information about the market, how market is being divided, which are the market is giving your numbers, how, because until then you will be like one qualitative guy. Like you will always find, sir, attrition is low, absenteeism hai. Like you will be saying all things which are qualitative, which are not directly impacting your business, right? But when you are in sales, now these guys will always talk about numbers, and the reasons which they will give will be the actual reasons in the market. You will understand the market. You will understand India as such.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. So, going out, meeting people, spending time with them, understanding them, again, it boils down to the passion for business and passion for people.
Same. See, I just For this podcast, I brought these two numbers, two names. Otherwise, it was always there. Otherwise, you cannot run HR. You will also be one of the other business guys. Okay. See, you certainly, when you are in an organization, you will obviously become a business guy because you work for that organization. You are also working for some business, right? When you become HR, you are not a people person. You are a person who balance between people and business.
Very nice. Very
Okay.
nice. And
Otherwise, you will become a union leader or you will become a business guy. HR is someone who strikes that balance, who navigate through all the egos and dynamics in the organization, including your ego. Your
very nice.
egos will be suppressed. Your ego have to get killed. As I mentioned, HR is like a mother. Mother will never have an ego. Only when she bursts out, she will say, like, you people are not at all treating me. Okay. Till then, she will do everything for others only.
I
Right.
understand. And how common is this that there are no two strategies? It's only there is no HR strategy as such. There is only one strategy, which is the customer or the business. So, does this do all the most of the HR people, do they concur with this theory, or they still think that HR strategy is different and business strategy?
No, see, it is reality mein, it is the single strategy. Okay. So, for example, it's all boils down from your numbers, right? Your sales numbers or the volume, or if you are doing a service industry, you are in service. Okay. So, end of the day, profit and loss is the same for finance, HR, anybody for that matter.
Correct.
How are we contributing? Either we are
Correct.
spending more, or we are saving, or we are earning. Okay, these are three things. Okay. So if our goal is one, how can it be different strategy?
Correct.
Okay. So what happens is like because in major organization, bigger organization, people are just distanced. Okay. And that's where we have to work in two different strategies. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it may not work. Okay, but in reality, may it is only one. But that level of thinking, when you build the culture that everyone should think in the same angle, that is also your part of the role. Okay, HR has to do that. People today may not be following the same strategy for everything. Okay. The end of the day, all your employees are a customer for somebody, right?
Correct.
So obviously, it should be only one strategy.
See,
Some people may not agree, but yeah, so they will realize one day.
See, the reason I'm asking this is because in many Indian companies, this is still the belief that HR does not know too much about business. They have their, and they are not that much bothered about understanding business. And that is how people like you, and this is maybe the change which is happening. Now, HR is much more focused about business, but maybe it wasn't always the case. So that is why it is so refreshing.
Yeah, so it's very simple, sir. If without knowing Amit, if I started talking to Amit for the first time, na, I will be more formal, the way that we are conducting each other. Okay. If I know you better and we are continuous friends for 1 year or 2 years, Amit will be sharing a lot. In fact, the CEO job is the lonely job. Yeah, he cannot cry with others. The only shoulder he can share is the CHRO. Okay. The moment if he shares with others, na, like his ego will get cut.
Correct.
Okay. That trust you have to give it to the CEO.
Correct.
That trust will come when you treat him as your friend or colleague. Okay, or a friend, not even a colleague. Okay. When he gets that belief, only when you understand his pain points, then only he can take you as a friend.
Correct.
Okay. And when the moment he becomes a friend, he will tell anything and everything on earth only to you. Okay, because he has a lonely job. If your
Correct.
CEO is getting like, say, if he gets scared of something, business is not doing good, I'm just falling down. If he goes and says to his CTO or somebody, he will say, yaar, what the CEO himself is telling, like what is happening in the company. Then it goes like a different gossip altogether. Poor
Correct.
fellow, he is also having emotions. He needs a partner. That partner, you have to be a partner for him. You have to earn
Correct.
the trust. It is like,
Correct.
once again, I'm coming back to the mother scenario only.
Correct.
You can share only with your mother.
Correct.
You have to give that confidence to. that poor individual, because he is running the business for you.
Correct. And they have such a high mortality rate. The CEO's role has the highest mortality. So it's a tough job. I mean, from the outside, it looks very glamorous. But
No, not at all, not at all. When you just talk to them closely now, poor guys like you. That's what I'm. Once again, I'm telling you. If you closely interact with all your CEOs now, you yourself will start helping him,
correct.
because
We
the amount
also,
of pressure that he takes,
correct.
we are nothing. We are nothing.
So we
Very
also talked about building the culture. So how can HR help in building the right culture?
See, there is nothing right culture or wrong culture. One, it's a natural law. Okay. What are natural laws? We have to, the first agenda for an HR head or a CHRO is like inclusiveness. Okay. Now we have brought in lot of terminology for inclusiveness. Otherwise, also, organization is collection of individuals. There
Correct.
itself, you are included.
Correct.
Okay. If everybody is going in a different direction, then we are not an organization, right? So the primary agenda what we have to drive is only when you start including more and more people in your conversation, in your day to day, the things will automatically start changing. You don't go and say like today onwards, this is my culture. No, 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 it will not work. Don't cheat. It's a natural law. Be honest. It's a natural law. Have with integrity. It's a natural law. Help each other is natural law. Don't bad mouth somebody is a natural law. Sir, there is nothing called culture. All that we have to have is single focus, okay, and drive that single focus, be the catalyst for the single focus. When you get more and more friends now, today Amit and some XYZ is like they are not friends, but they are colleagues. Okay, but Rama is a mutual friend of Amit and then X. Okay, Rama can navigate between these two.
Very nice. So
Rama can,
again,
it is
again like a mother. So
yeah, it's like a mother. It is the most important, because you start acquiring friends. There is nobody for you. See, first of all, there should not be any ego for you. HR means like you are the supreme already. God means God. There is no greater God. God means God. Okay, you are HR. People have given you that key to you. You say you are giving an appointment letter. Okay, you are giving the increment letter. You are the only one in the entire organization who can make impact in somebody's family apart from doctor and God, right? If you are giving an appointment letter, you are joining a new organization, you are making somebody's family happy. If somebody is getting promotion, people are happy. If you are terminating somebody, you are making the complete family in soup. Okay, you are already in a superior position. Why you want something else? There is
correct.
nothing that you not required. HR itself is same position which you have given. People have given you that level. Okay, so culture, if you come back to a question, culture means like please follow the natural law. For us only one goal. See, one of my ex boss, Mr. Samir Sinha, he was with Renault. He used to be in army, and he was a Kargil warrior also. He told me one fine day, he's being a very tough boss. Okay, and generally being tough boss, we don't like each other, right? And being from an army, he's a very tough man. Very recently, I apologized him after 5 years. Okay, but still, he told me once. I asked him, "What is the biggest difference between army and the corporate?" He used to tell me, "Rama, you know, in army, when we are in Kashmir, we know our enemy is Pakistan. We know our enemy is someone else. Okay, but in corporate, we don't know that. We are always fighting inside. We are not fighting with our competitors."
Correct.
That's a
Correct.
beautiful thing that got instilled in my mind. While I don't like him for many things in his way, but he was the one who taught me a lot.
I can understand.
Yeah.
So you talked about your journey as an in IR. You talked about HRBP, business HR. What else like hiring, compensation, employee benefit? So what all is important for an HR professional to indulge in on the journey to a HR head or a CHRO?
The very first thing, as I was repeatedly telling, business acumen is the number one thing that you have to have.
Okay.
Only when you understand the business, all your interventions can be measured. The ROI can be taken. Until otherwise, you don't know the business. Either Amit and myself will be a good friend, but Amit will not have a respect for me. Amit will not involve me. Okay. So that's why I say like first is business acumen. Second, you must as a HR should focus on learning and development. That is the second primary thing according to me. Secondary thing, the HR should focus on the learning and development. Okay, people many a times miss out the learning and development of HR department itself. Okay, so HR has to be equipped enough because see what happens is like a junior HR guy will be talking to a managerial level person on the other business side, mein, right? So the amount of maturity, the amount of knowledge, by the way that I'm being given as an HR, I should be a level above those people, right? So it's a very important role. That's why learning and development is very important, particularly for the HR.
Mhm.
And then subsequently, you have to ensure all the learning and developments are placed, whether it is a technical thing or a behavioral thing or which is building your culture,
Mhm.
whatever it is, or building, creating an innovation space or driving performance, everything and anything, there should be a learning platform because it's a journey altogether. When you are forming a culture, without learning and development, there is no culture that can survive.
Correct.
So, learning and development is the second most important for me. The third one is where, like now, we started striking balance between the business and now. So, until first two is all about business plus. The third one is compensation and benefits.
Mhm.
Imagine the company is giving you a pool of money to utilize for the resource. What is the best thing that I can do for people, thereby and take it back to the business? The ROI. Once again, the balance that I got to strike. What are the incentive policies I can create? Thereby, many of my employees can look up and then take up they want to acquire that incentive and they also delivering good. Okay, so compensation and benefits, it's a one another tool for an HR to drive performance. So amazing thing that HR must learn. Rest all other things. The talent acquisition, what is happening predominantly, why many of the people are finding it challenges. Imagine today you are starting a company, a startup. Any company has to be start at some point in time, right? At the start. If you are looking for a co-founder, how soon that you will find a co-founder? Whether you will take him immediately or you will take your own time. Obviously, it will take time, right, to get one co-founder because he is going to
Correct.
partner.
Correct.
These two people, when they build a business, the first 10 people that they will be hiring with almost all consciousness. They
Correct.
will spend a lot of time in creating this. But as we grow bigger, what is happening is once again HR is being measured with number. Like we have to hire fast. In that fast way, we are missing out a lot in terms of quality, in terms of cultural fit, and that's why the churn is getting more and more. Okay, so recruitment should take time. Unfortunately, in the fast era, it will not happen. We cannot stop it. So if your start itself is not so great, then please focus on L&D and C&B, how to take more out of the people who you have selected.
Okay. And again, you focus on L&D only after you are talking to people, you understand what are the challenges, what.
Exactly. You cannot see doctors or advocates. Okay, they will not just you go to doctor. He will not just like okay you are fine and then he will not prescribe. Okay, he will ask n number of questions. That is what diagnose mean. Similarly, when you go to an advocate, he will ask n number of questions. Then only he will put up his argument. He will say yes or no. Okay. Why HR? We have to ask, understand first the process, then ask many as questions. You need not be a master of everything. Sir, you are HR. You are not master of everything. Even the CEO cannot be master of everything, right? So, absolutely no, you should put aside your ego. Learn as much as possible. Okay? Be a kid over there. Then you will deliver the best thing to people.
Talking about learning and development, what can a young HR professional do to increase the skill level, what learning inside as well as outside the organization? What can he or she do?
No, first is to collaborate with the business.
Correct.
Okay? After understanding, collaborate with business. They will tell you who are all the best people in terms of training this thing. They might be having institutes, they might be having some connections.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then within your network, you validate it,
I
whether
understand.
it is okay or not okay. Then co-design any L&D program. Don't design on your own. I'm repeatedly telling HR is not a separate function. It is an integrated part of every function. Okay.
I understand.
You must co-create along with all other
Business.
functions, business.
Correct.
Okay. And then validate. See, one beautiful thing which my last two organizations taught me is like whenever there is a promotion discussion, okay, annual increment, whenever there is a promotion discussion, or people who are getting the topmost rating or bottommost rating, these three things will be discussed with all the CXOs in a common meeting. It will not be only the department HODs or the department CXOs decision. It will be a joint decision. Thereby, they take ownership of the entire process. Similarly, my ex CHRO of TAPE, even today he is a CHRO of TAPE, Mr. Muthukumar Kanu, has taught us a lot. Okay, when I was doing this area manager competency developmental program, we co-created with the sales head. Okay, so Mr. Kumarappan was the sales head that time. So myself and Mr. Kumarappan sat along with the consultants and we co-created. That was a magic. And you must have seen the participation levels, the importance from the top that has been coming up, the review mechanism. Every month there was a review by the sales head as well as the HR head. It was quite a seamless implementation. It is because you involve more and more people. People take ownership.
Very nice. See, as a learning professional, so I mean, learning and development, because I'm a corporate trainer. So this is something which is very powerful. If the L&D department is conversant with the business on what exactly is the requirement, then it makes my job so much easier.
Exactly. Because you can show the deliverable. Now, otherwise, what happens is it is like 1 day program and max to max 5 day program. People used to tell me that when I went to have an external training, some trainers used to tell me, you gone through this training. The moment when you reach, go back, things will be the same as when you joined here. So that pull will be more than the gravity pull will be more than what you have learned. So practice and teaching, like Stephen Covey was telling. So you have to teach more and more to more number of people, and that's why you can stabilize the learning. So that's why to implement learnings, to see an ROI actually, to see a behavioral change in a guy or to see a change in the performance, it has to be continuous journey. That continuous journey you don't find, you have time. Okay. That's why all the people managers or HR managers, please take that support.
So so here I would like to add that all the workshops that we do, Rama, they are measurable. So we decide on metrics beforehand, and the performance and the behavior of the participants is measured once before the intervention and then 3 months later. And we have various case studies where the customers have reported improvement ranging from 25% to 70% on those. So what I'm
That's
saying
what.
is that in case the L&D team has done their job better, it requires less time for us to do the diagnostics and
Obviously, obviously. you are bringing in expertise from outside.
Correct.
Okay. But the internal dynamics, only the people in the floor, they can be able to tell you. And that's why you can marry. See,
Correct.
I am a CHRO which having 19 years of experience. Okay. But the moment I joined Go Colors, right, I have become fresher. I have no clue. I know all HR practices, and none of HR practices helped me. Oh, okay. I unlearned everything because the way my CEO, he is very young, by the way. Mr. Gautam Sarogi is 36, 37 years old, is very young and very dynamic. He is a perfect HR also. Okay, for this thing. So I learned a lot from him. Okay. So for you, while you might be an expert, okay, but for the organization, you are still fresh. And everyone
Correct.
has to understand. I
Correct.
was like coming up with the first HR head role. Okay, I was coming up with my all knowledge, putting across some 20, 50 slides. By the way, we don't have any presentations in our office. We don't present it to our, we only use Excels or we only use Word. There is no PPT in this organization. So
Very
I was
nice.
the first one to show the presentation and he was looking at me, what is this? He asked me. I said like, I'm showing presentation. Sorry. Speak. I don't want all. He is a marketing guy also. So, and GoColors, it's a fast grown organization for your
Very
information.
nice. Where you said that, and you don't have to have ego. So leave your ego,
No.
only then you can unlearn. And
Oh, no, but the learning is very good. It will give a lot more perspective. Now I can refer back to my first 2 years of experience. I cannot be in head HR. I used to wonder like why people not calling me. So that's the thing.
so it has been more than 50 minutes since we started this podcast,
Sorry.
Rama, and I mean it has been so engaging. So I'll quickly rush through because we have to finish it fast within an hour's limit.
Yes.
So anything else you would like to suggest to young HR professionals? You have already shared so much. Anything which you would like to add to that for young HR professionals?
Yeah. First of all, as everybody used to think when they are in college days, HR is like one glamorous job. So first of all, it is not a glamorous job. It is the most responsible job anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world, it is not a glamorous job. The moment when you have responsibility, it has very less authority because you don't directly manage many of the people, but still you are the HR of all other people. Okay,
Correct.
you have a highest level of responsibility in the organization, but the least level of authority that you are carrying. So obviously you can just think of the role that it is going to be really tough. If you don't have passion for people and if you don't have passion for business, and you must see visibly a small tweak in human behavior will give you huge result. Okay, so you must ready for that magic. That will take a lot of time. You have to have patience, anything and everything. Okay, so you have to typically wait like a mother. Mother also goes through a lot of pain, and that's how it is.
So can you give a quick example on a small change in human behavior intervention can create magic?
Yeah, of course. So we recently launched in Gokulas. Last year we had our annual sales award. Okay. So predominantly we are an exclusive business outlet company. Okay. After introducing this award, what has happened is like our MBO business last year they got very little awards because their contribution was minimum when compared to our exclusive business outlet. After getting that award, people started telling with each other, like, sir, next year too, we have to get this award. We have to get more award than EBU. Very simple thing, not a big thing. Very
Correct.
simple award ceremony. It spread across the country. Okay, we called everybody from different parts of the country. Even if he or she is a sales executive, we brought her or him through flight to our Chennai and we gave this award.
Very nice.
We want to recognize those people. They are very young and they are coming up from an average economic family background. For them, many of them, it was a first time flight trip. Okay. That gave a lot of mileage to us. Okay.
Correct.
Thanks to our CEO once again. I told you, no, he is an absolute business guy, come HR guy. So he is amazing HR for me actually.
So, any suggestions for mid-level HR people?
Mid-level HR people, yes, your task is going to be really tough. Okay, where you have to prove your worthiness with your manager, with your team members. Okay, at the same time, you have to take a lot more responsibilities, lot more. You have to be ready for a lot more no's. You will be getting lot of no's from your team members, from your boss. You will be in between these two people. So, but more and more knows, you will be more and more matured. You will understand to navigate many of the things. Okay, so it will be a tougher job at the middle level. If you gone through all those toughness, when you sit like me, you will be smiling, and
All
that's
right.
what it takes.
Correct. And for the senior level HR people?
Senior picture people, there are a lot of seniors even before me in the country. But honestly, thanks to those people, because I can follow somebody, but they are the people who created such systems. HR has got matured to till then. So, thanks to all my CHROs who, throughout my journey, they helped all my CEOs. So throughout my journey, they helped you a lot. Uh, I learned, I unlearned a lot of things. Okay, it
Very
is
nice.
all learnings. I cannot be the same person for everybody, right? So, thanks whatever that they have contributed, and HR is very important.
Very nice. So, thank you, Rama. I didn't realize it has been almost an hour since we started talking, and it has been very engaging. So, thanks for taking out time for us.
The
And
pleasure is mine, actually. Thank you so much, Amir. As I mentioned, this is my first podcast as CHRO. Thanks to you also and your team. Shruti was coordinating seamlessly, and she was telling all instructions and other things. So please convey my thanks to her also.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you,
so
Rama.
much.
So nice of